Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another conversation. In this video, I'm gonna share with you guys some of the biggest misconceptions we've heard about Canada, or some of the biggest lies that they told you about Canada. If you guys are new here, my name is Dems. I'm a Jamaican immigrant who migrated to Canada with my family back in 2019. And this channel, we share everything about living here in Canada, right? From an immigrant perspective, I take you guys into my family life and also into my city that I love so much. That's called Grand Prairie, Alberta. So if these are the kind of content that you guys like, please subscribe, like, and share the videos so that other persons can be informed about life in Canada as well. Let's be honest, Canada is a marketing machine. What do I mean about that? I mean that Canada has done a very good job attracting immigrants from right around the world. Now, the strongest selling point that Canada uses is a better quality of life, a friendly country, a safe country, and an inclusive country. Very diverse country. These are some of the things that we heard long before moving to Canada. Now, are all of these things true? Let's talk about it. Now, the number one reason why many persons choose to move to Canada is to somewhat live the Canadian dream, which is to provide a better life for themselves and their family. And Canada symbolizes the environment where that seems possible. Now, if you are from Jamaica, I am from Jamaica. Before coming to Canada, it was my assumption that things were gonna be easy and easier than it was in Jamaica. That's the biggest lie. Now, when you move to Canada, oftentimes you're not gonna work as much. No, let me rephrase that. When you move to Canada, you're gonna have to work much harder than you have worked in your home country. And it's simply because it's a very expensive country to live in. Cost of living in Canada is not cheap. It's not cheap at all, right? And just the working culture and everything is different than in many countries. So when you're in Canada, it doesn't matter the weather, it doesn't matter the season. Sometimes it doesn't even matter how you feel. You have to go to work. It's a constant grind. It's a constant grind. So much to the point that you might find yourself just literally working to home, and your days and your weeks and your months sometimes become a blur. For many persons, it becomes a blur, like literally, like you don't even remember last month. It's just like it just passed you by because you're just working. Your bills are constant, and somebody watching this right now might not understand what I mean by that, but your bills are constant. Yeah, they are constant in many countries too, but in Jamaica, for example, your bills are a lot more flexible. Your bills are a lot more flexible, meaning that your light bill can be due, and you can beg some time and so forth, so on, and your bill collectors are somewhat patient. But here, it's a lot different, guys. Your bills are due, you have to pay it, and if you don't pay it within a certain time, then you lose the service, and so forth, so on. There's not much room for negotiation. Like, there are persons in Jamaica right now who probably owe water bill for years or for a lot of months. Same thing with their power bill, same thing with their internet bill. It's very flexible. But here, your bills are not so much flexible. When it comes down to like your rent as well, again, in Jamaica, your rent is somewhat flexible. Of course, you want to try to pay on time and so forth, so on. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of persons fall in difficulties and they can negotiate with their landlords and find some level of flexibility. But here, that doesn't exist. If you miss your rent, you're charged interest. If you miss a rent for a certain period of time, then that's it, eviction notice. No wiggle room, no nothing, right? And it makes things hard. So the misconception that Canada is easy is the biggest lie I think that we have all led to believe. Now, I do these videos for persons who are coming to Canada to understand what the society is really like, so it doesn't catch you off guard, right? Know that Canada, it can provide you a higher quality of life than in many countries around the world. Like for me, I love Canada. I love living here. It's a very safe country. Predominantly everywhere in the world you're gonna have some level of crime every now and again, but relatively it's a safe country, and you can provide a good life for yourself and your family here. But no guys, it does not come without sacrifice. It takes a whole lot of sacrifice for you to achieve the Canadian dream. And remember, I spoke to you guys about the work to home. Because of that, you might find yourself have to be more intentional to maintain relationships, both from your immediate family and your extended family and your friend groups. Because you end up into a washing machine cycle of just working. Sometimes I don't even have time to connect with the persons that you love and you cherish in your life. And let's be honest, distance can break relationships. It doesn't matter how strong the bond is. Sometimes if you're not intentional to make the connections, you might lose those relationships. So be prepared for that as well, right? Moving to Canada is a huge sacrifice, and it's something that you're gonna have to plan for adequately, not just financially, because when a lot of persons are moving, they're thinking just on the financial side, but think on the mental side as well, because mentally it takes a whole lot. It takes a whole lot mentally. And I'll argue that it probably takes more mentally than financially, because you're coming into a brand new culture and everything is different. Every single thing is different. And culture shocks doesn't necessarily happen the first day you land and you get off the plane. Sometimes it takes a couple of days, sometimes it takes a couple of weeks, and even sometimes after a couple of years you're still adjusting to the new culture and so forth, so on. So no, say it's not easy, and not everything that you see on TV is true. The grass is not always greener. The grass is greenest where you water it. You can come to Canada and things don't go the way you want it to go, because you might not get the same opportunity that other persons get. It's not a given right that you're gonna land and everything is just gonna transform automatically, right? It's not like that. You have to water it. The grass is greenest where you water it. You have to water it in order for it to grow, in order for it to flourish. Otherwise the grass is gonna get brown and you're gonna feel like you've made a huge mistake coming to this country. So be prepared to work is what it comes down back to ultimately. Be prepared to work is what it comes down back to ultimately, right? Nothing is gonna be given to you for free. Nothing is gonna be given to you easily. You're gonna have to work and work very hard to achieve the Canadian dream. So the biggest lie is that moving to Canada is easy. It's not. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Anybody tell you that this journey is easy, I promise you, they're lying to you, right? Know that it's a very hard transition, but once you have transitioned and you have transitioned properly, then you will be successful, right? Don't forget guys to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.